What we know is a drop. What we don't know is an ocean. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Nature is pleased with simplicity. Men build too many walls and not enough bridges. Live your life as an exclamation rather than an explanation. I can calculate the motion of heavenly bodies, but not the madness of people. If I have ever made any valuable discoveries, it has been due more to patient attention than to any other talent. Gravity explains the motions of the planets, but it cannot explain who sets the planets in motion. Tact is the knack of making a point without making an enemy. You have to make the rules, not follow them. Truth is the offspring of silence and meditation. If I am anything, which I highly doubt, I have made myself so by hard work. My powers are ordinary. Only my application brings me success. Plato is my friend, Aristotle is my friend, but my greatest friend is truth. An object that is at rest will tend to stay at rest. An object that is in motion will tend to stay in motion. To explain all nature is too difficult a task for any one man or even for any one age. To arrive at the simplest truth requires years of contemplation. Truth is ever to be found in the simplicity and not in the multiplicity and confusion of things. A body in motion tends to stay in motion unless acted on by an outside force. The best way to understanding is a few good examples. God created everything by number, weight, and measure. No great discovery was ever made without a bold guess. To myself, I am only a child playing on the beach while vast oceans of truth lie undiscovered before me. When two forces unite, their efficiency double. He who thinks half-heartedly will not believe in God, but he who really thinks has to believe in God. All my discoveries have been made in answer to prayer. Atheism is so senseless. When I look at the solar system, I see the Earth at the right distance from the Sun to receive the proper amounts of heat and light. This did not happen by chance. This most beautiful system of the sun, planets, and comets could only proceed from the counsel and dominion of an intelligent and powerful being. In the absence of any other proof, the thumb alone would convince me of God's existence. I consider my greatest accomplishment to be lifelong celibacy. I have a fundamental belief in the Bible as the Word of God, written by those who were inspired. I study the Bible daily. If I had stayed for other people to make my tools and things for me, I had never made anything. Errors are not in the art, but in the artificers. A man may imagine things that are false, but he can only understand things that are true. For if the things be false, the apprehension of them is not understanding. Poetry is a kind of ingenious nonsense. I do not know what I may appear to the world, but to myself I seem to have been only a boy playing on the seashore. Nature does nothing in vain when less will serve, for nature is pleased with simplicity and affects not the pomp of superfluous causes. Hypotheses non fingo. I frame no hypotheses. I keep the subject of my inquiry constantly before me and wait till the first dawning opens gradually by little and little into a full and clear light. We account the Scriptures of God to be the most sublime philosophy. Whence arises all that order and beauty we see in the world? As a blind man has no idea of colors, so we have no idea of the manner by which the all-wise God perceives and understands all things. There are more sure marks of authenticity in the Bible than in any profane history. Philosophy is such an impertinently litigious lady that a man had as good be engaged in lawsuits as have to do with her. The latest authors, like the most ancient, strove to subordinate the phenomena of nature to the laws of mathematics. Centripetal force is the force by which bodies are drawn from all sides, are impelled, or in any way tend toward some point as to a center. If I have done the public any service, it is due to my patient thought. No sciences are better attested than the religion of the Bible. Yet one thing secures us whatever betide. The Scriptures assures us that the Lord will provide. The ignis fatuus is a vapor shining without heat. The changing of bodies into light and light into bodies is very conformable to the course of nature, which seems delighted with transmutations. The instinct of brutes and insects can be the effect of nothing else than the wisdom and skill of a powerful, ever-living agent. His epitaph, who, by vigor of mind almost divine, the motions and figures of the planets, the paths of comets, and the tides of the seas first demonstrated. It is the weight, not numbers of experiments, that is to be regarded. The description of right lines and circles upon which geometry is founded belongs to mechanics. Geometry does not teach us to draw these lines, but requires them to be drawn. Every body persists in a state of rest or of uniform motion in a straight line, unless it is compelled to change that state by forces having impact upon it. Impressed force is the action exerted on a body to change its state either of resting or of moving uniformly straight forward. All the characters of the Passion agree to the year 34, and that is the only year to which they all agree. Pictures, propagated by motion along the fibers of the optic nerves in the brain, are the cause of vision. Is not fire a body heated so hot as to emit light copiously? For what else is a red-hot iron than fire? And what else is a burning coal